Hello and welcome to the Voice of TOD. I'm Tom, and with this one I thought we'd take a look at some comments that Jared Leto has made about his upcoming Marvel movie. But Jared Leto wants the Morbius crossover with Blade. Sounds pretty cool. Makes sense. Jared Leto has declared his interest in his vampire Morbius one day having a crossover film with Mahershala Ali's vampire hunter Blade. We've talked previously about the Morbius film getting pushed back, I think it was. Everything is still up in the air with these films. We have no clue what's happening. The only thing that we know about the Blade film is that Mahershala Ali has been cast and it's probably in pre-production right now. But both Leto and Ali are yet to make their debuts as Morbius and Blade respectively. But the Oscar-winning star of Dallas Buyers Club already has his eye on what the future might hold for the characters. We're getting this from Yahoo News, but this was originally a story on Comic Book. During his recent interview on The Late Late Show with James Corden, Leto opened up about playing Morbius, describing him as a living vampire. Leto also admitted to having a lot of fun bringing the comic book character to life. That's good, it's good that he's enjoying his work. He's a great actor. It was at this point that the host asked if he could ever cross paths with Blade, just like in the comics, where they are very much in a love-hate relationship. That's a good question, responded Leto. And I could see that happening in the future. I could see that happening, yeah. I think he could see that happening. We've got a picture here of Mahershala Ali and the god of Marvel movies, Kevin Feige. From the sound of things, there's a good chance that Morbius and Blade will actually star in a film together at some point, even though Morbius is owned by Sony, whereas Blade is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is overseen by Disney. However, at the end of the trailer for Morbius, Michael Keaton's villain Adrian Toomes pops up. For those who can't remember, Toomes was a villain in Spider-Man Homecoming, which is part of the MCU. Unfortunately, we're still not sure when Mahershala Ali will actually debut as Blade. The same can be said for Morbius 2, with the film reportedly being pushed back because of the pandemic, although its current release date is set at January 21st, 2022. Yeah, I know nothing about Morbius. My only real knowledge of Blade is from the amazing Wesley Snipes film Blade and the two sequels. Blade it's a 90s comic book film, and it follows every trope that the 90s comic book films had, in that it's slightly cheesy, very over the top. But Blade is one of the best Marvel films out there. It's not part of the MCU, it's completely a separate thing, which is why they've recast Blade. And I actually think Mahershala Ali will be very good in the role. And get the physicality to it that Wesley Snipes brought to it, that would be even better. But of all of the MCU films that have been announced, Blade is up there as one of my most anticipated, because I just love the idea of the character. So we'll see. I would not be against having Jared Leto and Mahershala Ali battling it out, or whatever their relationship is. It could be a lot of fun. More supernatural elements in the Marvel Universe is probably the way to go. They seem to be diving deep with the cosmic stuff in Phase 4, but you have people like Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, who is currently going through the wonderful WandaVision TV show. You can check out my reviews for the 4 episodes that have been released, card above now. But I think the supernatural element is one that's going to come in. We've seen Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think it was. It's popped up a couple of times. You could even bring him in and have a really weird supernatural element going on, which I think would be fantastic. And I believe that Blade, Ghost Rider and Doctor Strange are all based in New York, so you could even tie that in with Spider-Man or some other New York-centric characters like the Defenders, and have a huge ensemble for the Earth-based heroes that isn't the Avengers, which I think Marvel is shying away from at the minute, which is no bad thing. We've had quite a lot of big Avengers moments recently. But we'll see. This sounds like a lot of fun. I will see Morbius. I'm more interested in Morbius than I was with Venom. And Blade, as I say, I'm really looking forward to. And looking forward to hearing more about it as and when we get some news. But anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.